Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News and your daily wrestling newscast for Wednesday, December 25th, 2024. Good morning, Merry Christmas, and Happy Hanukkah. I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with legal news. Vince McMahon and World Wrestling Entertainment, two of the three defendants accused by Janelle Grant of sexual misconduct, have once again requested the case be moved into arbitration. Attorneys for both WWE and its former owner filed motions with the District Court of Connecticut on Monday asking a judge to compel arbitration per the terms of the non-disclosure agreement which Grant had signed with McMahon in 2022. Grant filed a federal lawsuit in January alleging McMahon forced her into a sexual relationship and is accusing him of abuse and sex trafficking, among other allegations. The request comes less than 2 weeks after a 6-month stay requested by the Southern District of New York in order to conduct, quote, a non-public investigation, end quote, had expired. Attorneys for the third defendant in Grant's case, former WWE Executive Vice President John Laurinaitis, have not filed any public paperwork. Last night's NXT was broadcast on the CW network and featured matches taped on December 17th in Lowell, Massachusetts. The main event segment of the show featured an in-ring promo segment between NXT champion Trick Williams, Obafemi, and Eddie Thorpe, during which NXT General Manager Ava declared Williams will defend his title in a triple threat match on January 7th at New Year's Evil. Lexis King became the new NXT Heritage Cup champion, defeating Charlie Dempsey by disqualification after interference from William Regal backfired. Regal feigned handing King a pair of brass knuckles, instead hitting him with a pair behind both Dempsey and the referee's back. After Dempsey picked up the knuckles off the mat, the referee saw him with the weapon and called for the bell.
No! Take him back! Take him back! What the hell was that? Mr. Regal just clocked Lexis King! 10 seconds left in the round and...
Come on, man.
Here's your winner as a result of a disqualification. And new NXT Heritage Cup champion, Lexis King.
What the hell is he talking about? Title don't change on a disqualification. What the hell's going on here?
I know it's unprecedented, but under these rules, if you get disqualified, you lose.
Are you
it's
kidding
British
me?
rounds, you lose.
Are you kidding me?
Out the Mud won a fatal four-way match to become the number one contenders to the NXT Tag Team title, defeating Hank Walker and Tank Ledger, Miles Bourne and Tavion Height, and the D'Angelo families Channing Stax Lorenzo and Luca Crucifino. The finish came after Ridge Holland, dressed as Santa Claus, caused a distraction by attacking Tony D'Angelo at ringside. In other results, Stephanie Vacour defeated Cora Jade, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn beat Jayce Jane and Jasmine Nix, and Ashante the Adonis topped Dion Lennox. Major League Wrestling's Holiday Bash streamed last night on YouTube with matches taped on December 5th from the Melrose Ballroom in New York. In the main event and the only title match on the show, MLW World Heavyweight Champion Satoshi Kojima defeated CMLL's Ultimo Guerrero. Other notable results saw Filthy Tom Lawler down Timothy Thatcher, Titan defeat Magnus, Minoru Suzuki beat Akira, and Matt Riddle topped Brett Ryan Gosselin. And we close with All Elite Wrestling news. AEW's television partner in the United Kingdom, ITV, announced a one-year extension of their partnership. ITV has been the home of AEW programming since the company's inception in 2019. Terms of the deal have yet to be reported. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard. and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.